Have you ever felt like your health was just a lottery? Something determined entirely by the genes you happened to inherit? Well, get ready, because today we are going to completely shatter that idea. We're diving into the revolutionary science that shows how you, yes you, are an active co-author of your own biological story.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's not just some nice poetic idea. It's a biological reality. The science we're talking about, epigenetics, shows that our daily actions are constantly sending instructions to our DNA, literally shaping our health in real time.
Okay, so to really get this, let's first look back at the old way of thinking. For the longest time, the prevailing view was what's called genetic determinism. This belief that our DNA was a fixed, unchangeable blueprint for our entire life. Right. So the old story basically said our genes were a fixed blueprint, which meant our health was pretty much predetermined. But the new reality? It's all about epigenetic possibility. This means you are an active co-author, where the expression of your genes can be changed. You're not just a passenger in your own body, you're actually helping to navigate.
So let's get into the incredible science that makes all of this possible. Epigenetics has totally transformed our understanding of biology by showing us that our genes are dynamic and, most importantly, responsive.
And I absolutely love this analogy because it makes a really complex idea so clear. Just think of your DNA as this massive library that contains all the potential stories of your health. Now, epigenetics doesn't change the books on the shelves, but it acts like the librarian, deciding which books to pull down, which chapters to highlight, and which ones to just leave unread for now.
So, how does this librarian actually work? Well, it mainly uses three tools. First, you've got DNA methylation, which acts like a silencing pen, attaching these little chemical tags to genes to basically turn them off. Second is histone modification. This is like a volume dial. It can tighten or loosen the proteins that your DNA is wrapped around, controlling how much a gene gets used. And third, there are non-coding RNAs, which are like tiny messengers that go around and fine-tune exactly how strongly a gene is expressed.
Okay, so this science is amazing, right? But what do you actually do with it? How do you apply it to your life? That's where a framework called lifestyleopathy comes in. It gives us a really structured model for putting these powerful epigenetic ideas into practice. At the very heart of this framework is this constant battle between two forces. On one side, you have potential energy. This is all about your stored reserves, your body's structure, and the order that keeps you resilient and healthy. Think of it like your body's savings account for wellness. And on the other side, you've got entropy, the universe's natural tendency to drift towards disorder and chaos. So staying healthy is a constant, active process of building up that potential energy to push back against that natural slide. So the crucial question is, how do we consciously build up that potential energy? Well, this framework gives us a clear answer, and it breaks it all down into 4 key domains.
And this, right here, is where the science becomes really practical. We're now going to look at the tangible ways you can become the author of your genetic expression by actively investing in these 4 areas and fighting back against that drift toward disorder every single day. This table lays it all out brilliantly. So first, there's chemical energy. This comes directly from our food and provides the actual raw materials for those epigenetic marks we talked about. Then there's elastic energy from physical movement, which doesn't just build muscle, it actually enhances critical things like DNA repair. Next is mental energy, which is shaped by mindfulness and learning and can physically rewire our brain's pathways. And finally, my favorite, voluntary energy. This is that powerful, uniquely human force of purpose and connection that builds this deep resilience against stress.
To put it another way, your lifestyle is the editor. Every meal you eat, every time you manage stress, every walk you take, every good night's rest, and every meaningful connection you make, each one is a direct instruction, a little edit to your personal epigenetic script. So I want you to just take a moment to really think about this. If your health is a story, what chapter are you being called to rewrite right now? Is it the chapter on nutrition, maybe on stress, or movement? Just recognizing where you want to make those edits, that's the very first step. Now this is where things get even more profound. The story that you're writing in your genes, well, it doesn't just end with you. It has echoes that can ripple far into the future. This is honestly one of the most staggering discoveries in this entire field. Those epigenetic marks, the highlights and annotations written by your life experiences, can actually be passed down, influencing the health and resilience of the next generation. And this isn't just a theory, we have real-world examples.
Studies on historical events like the Dutch hunger winter showed that the grandchildren of women who experienced that famine had altered epigenetic marks and a higher risk for certain health conditions. It's just a crystal clear demonstration that our choices can leave a biological signature that lasts for generations.
So let's boil this all down. What are the key takeaways here? First, plasticity is power. Your biology is not set in stone, it's designed to change. Second, personalization is essential. There's no one-size-fits-all diet or exercise plan, it's about finding what works for your unique biology. And third, responsibility is generational. The choices you make today are quite literally an investment in the health of future generations.
Ultimately, all of this incredible science brings the power right back to you. Your genes are not your destiny, they are your story. And every single day, you are holding the pen. So the only question left is, what will you write?